Hello, this is Alexis, and today I'm going to show you different ways to turn with your electric unicycle. This is mainly intended as a beginner video, therefore I will focus on discussing the simplest 3 ways to turn that I have used when I first started myself. Note that with experience, these techniques might evolve and change according to our style of riding and skill advancement. In fact, the way a rider can turn could change depending on a multitude of factors, such as the foot stance, the angle of the pedals, the type of power pads, the type of shoes, the UC we are riding, the type of road or off-road, the type of tire, etc., etc. But without further ado, let's get started. The easiest way to turn when I first started consisted of straightening the inner leg and bending the knee of the outer leg. By inner leg, I mean the one towards the turn. So if I was to be turning left, I would straighten my left leg. Similarly, with the outer leg, I mean the one furthest away from the turn. So if I was to be turning left, the outer leg would be the right. In order to turn a bit more sharply, it is possible to move the upper body and shoulders towards the turn, in addition to the technique that was just mentioned, of bending the outer knee while straightening the inner leg. Bear in mind that after you feel comfortable turning this way, I would suggest to keep both of your knees bended slightly, which helps tackle unexpected events such as big potholes or speed bumps or rough terrains, etc. In fact, the knees will act as suspensions to avoid to be thrown off the wheel. This makes for a better stance, safety, and turning while riding. This type of turning can be applied with the outer leg bent more than the inner leg. I found this type of turning very effective, especially at low speeds. Another way that I use to make faster directional shifts is to push the EUC with the calf on the side of the chosen course, while thrusting the upper body in the opposite direction. This can be useful, for instance, to avoid sudden obstacles like puddles or big rocks. Explained a bit more specifically, this method consists in rapidly applying weight on the front toes of the inner leg, in conjunction with using our calves to thrust the machine in the direction of the turn, while moving the shoulders in the opposite way. Basically, we control where to go by applying force to our EUC. If you struggle, try raising the heel of the outer foot to help to redistribute the weight to the side of the turn. In addition to turning the torso, keeping both arms raised could help to maintain the balance and to achieve quicker directional changes. Note that this type of movements are more easily applied with lower weight wheels of 30 kilograms or less. However, with enough practice, it can be achieved with any wheel. Lastly, I will present a way to turn a bit more sharply, albeit it could result a bit trickier to perform. Bend both of your knees, then move the pelvis towards the opposite side of the turn. You can help to maintain the balance by raising your arms. In this way, the weight will shift towards the turn quite drastically, and the wheel will lean heavily to the side. Be careful not to pedal scrape, as it can be daunting and cause falls. In order to turn even more sharply, move the upper body towards the turn as well, while keeping the external arm forward and the internal arm backwards. In this case, the pelvis might shift for balance purposes even more externally, depending on the degree of the flexed knees. Yet, most of the weight necessary to turn sharply will remain on the internal front foot. Don't worry if at the beginning these movements might seem difficult to achieve. With time and constant practice, the body will adjust, and new skills will be acquired. Just don't give up. If you need further clarifications, let me know in the comments. If it can be useful, I'm planning to also make more advanced videos on turning. For now, this is all. Ciao ciao!